Hello, my name is Matt Lewis, and I'll be doing a speech today on a success story. I grew up in a medium sized family, and for the most part, everything about my life was very medium sized. I went to a normal high school and got decent grades, and dated some, but not a lot. I played video games a lot, and that may have been an aspect that probably helped create doubt in my mind that I would ever get to be married and have kids. Playing video games was an escape from ordinary life, but the consequences was that the ordinary life stayed ordinary, and I eventually strongly believed that I would end up living out my days as a bachelor. I had this dream of doing something deeply meaningful with my life, and what could have more meaning than having a family. But there was always a glimmer of hope hidden in my dreams. Someday I would have a family of my own, a wife and kids. It was a miracle the way that I met my wife, and a bigger miracle that she agreed to marry me. We had talked about starting a family, but it wasn't until I held our firstborn son that the immense pride and responsibility truly hit me. I had finally achieved my dream. I had a family, and I was now a father. After 8 years of marriage, my wife and I have recently welcomed our fifth baby, and life has taken many twists and turns. But I have grown so much personally through the adventure of parenthood. I can look back over the years and recall all the life events that helped to shape me and at times discourage me. And when I believed that it would never happen, there was still a stirring in my heart that never fully lost hope that I would someday become a father. I often dreamed of becoming a father and having a family. There were times in my life when I thought achieving my dream of becoming a husband and father would never happen. The way that becoming a father has impacted my life and continues to change me is amazing. It really began when I was a kid. I often dreamed of becoming a father and having a family. I believed the dream of becoming a father may have originated from witnessing my father and having a desire to be just like him. My father was a charismatic guy, and everyone who knew him would be captivated by his vibrant spirit. But for my siblings and me, he was just our dad. Just our dad sometimes implies something ordinary and mundane, but that is not the intention here. My dad was everything but ordinary. He was loving and adventurous, and he was a great father. I remember when the desire for fatherhood began, and how much purpose just dreaming of it gave me. I was excited about the thought of marrying the love of my life and creating a family together, and then I could be a loving and adventurous father. Like most people who achieve a dream, it did not happen overnight. It is not something that I can ever take for granted. Being a good father means working hard every day to continuously be a good dad. There was a lot of personal growth and experiences which I had to go through to be ready to become a father, although no amount of experience or planning can ever prepare you fully for the moment that you hold your child and realize that you are responsible for that little life. Up until this point, I have focused on the dream itself, but there were times when I tried to put it out of my head and come up with a new dream. I will take you through these grim times and explain how I broke free of doubt. There were times in my life when I thought achieving my dream of becoming a husband and father would never happen. My dating experience, until I met my wife, were almost damaging. I had a few relationships which left me wanting to become a hermit, and I had lost faith in human sincerity. I went through a few phases where I was determined to come up with a new dream, maybe to become a professional video game tester, i.e., have no social life at all and no dating life. The lonely feeling of giving up on a dream can scare you and almost be addicting. I couldn't seem to break free of my fear of another bad relationship, and because of that, I developed a fear of commitment. There was also a nagging thought in my head that kept telling me that I would never be good enough, and I didn't deserve to achieve my dream of getting married and having a family. It was the words of my father that eventually helped me break free of these insecurities and tell my inner self that I am worthy, I am enough, and I have what it takes. I've explained how I rewired my internal sense of worthiness and removed my fear of commitment. Now I can detail the life I was able to open to dreaming about fatherhood again. The way that becoming a father has impacted my life and continues to change me is amazing. When I met my wife, I was in no way perfect, but it was like breathing fresh air for the first time, and she is truly my best friend. When we started dreaming about our life together, we discovered that we shared the same big dream of being parents. I don't know if I could ever imagine having a family with anyone else. The moment that I held our firstborn was unlike anything I could have dreamt up. It was so much more. With the arrival of each of our kids, I'm always in awe of how the pride and love for them come on like a tsunami. The personal changes that I have undergone because of becoming a husband and father are life changing. It is difficult to put into words, but a few would be more responsible, thorough, selfless, situational awareness, attention to detail, communication skills, cooking, diaper changing. I am a pro now, and so much more. I have acquired skills I didn't even know, or wanted, or even existed. Like, for example, retreating out of a sleeping baby's room without making a single sound on a creaky floor. The life experiences that flashed before my eyes as I held our firstborn son were like a highlighted reel of spin off dreams that I didn't even know I had dreamed about. In a positive spin, the only thing I could compare it to is when your life flashes before your eyes, only this feeling contains new dreams and ideas and adventures not yet taken. I am so grateful to my wife's family who stood by us and supported us through the birth of all 5 of our children. Through each pregnancy, I learned about having a child and what it means to be a dad. I'm so thankful that there are 9 whole months to learn and develop skills to help with having a kid. I'm so grateful for the hospitals and the advancement of modern medicine. Through these 5 kids, we have had some minor and some major complications that arose that would have ended in loss of life if it weren't for the advancements made in the medical field today. Preparing for fatherhood and all the intricacies of the moment of becoming a father and all the many blessings afterwards. After 5 kids, my wife and I had decided to take a step back and assess our options, as we are extremely grateful for all 5 kids that we have been provided.